Oh, hello. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I didn't see you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to After Hours Vibe. This is the first episode. The drink. Kristen says hi. The drink of the night is the gin fizz, and the vibe of the night is Black Lives Matter, which should be the vibe all the time, but unfortunately, um, that's not the case. So we have to remind everybody. But I'm not the one that should be talking about it. So without further ado, let's listen to the lovely and talented Kristen Merritt.
Oh, thank you, Emma. Thank you. All right. So, yes, hello, people who are logging on. Let me get an expanded view so I can see. Oh, wow. Okay. So, there are some people in here that I don't know, but also some people that I do know. So, thank you guys for showing out. I see Damiana right there with her mask and her beautiful hair. Hello, girl. Yes, but I'm so thankful that you guys are here tonight to listen to me perform a couple of songs. I've got my mom over there. Hello, mom. And I really, in choosing the songs that I selected tonight, hello everyone, I wanted to kind of put the emphasis on the, I guess, recapturing of power or the reclaiming of power, because I think there's definitely a feeling, for Black people, other people of color, everyone from every space, that there is an issue of power in this country in terms of who has it and who doesn't. And so I try with my music to express a lot of things, but specifically with these songs, I do want to reclaim a little bit of that power. So this first song is one that I actually wrote. I live in Brooklyn, New York, for those of you who don't know, but I wrote it last year. It'll be a year since I wrote it. And it's called Attempt Number One. It was the first song that I wrote when I got here to New York. And it basically just details kind of, the fear of coming to a new place and really not understanding how things are going to turn out, but still hoping that, things end up well. So this is attempt number one. I love all your lovely faces, but it actually makes me like a little bit nervous to see everybody. It's been so long since I've performed for people. So let me go ahead and hide y'all a little bit. But yes, again, this is attempt number one, and I hope you guys enjoy. They said it gets easier. Well, maybe they lie. Fly away, little one, in the race, right undone. This is the fight of your life. Trying to set perfect pieces, lateral when did this count? No words quite capture right I feel. Oh, will she fail? Will she fail? She moved up for a drink from the cup. They say fill her to her brim. A glass of wine mixed with true luck. No recipe to follow, no signing in. 'Cause this eye can only gaze but so far. And she's hoping the odds favor a favorable outcome. Yet here she stands trying to shine in a light dim by the night's end. shot at the answer you're looking for. A little cliche, but I'm dying to see what's in store for you. So just keep fighting, don't you dare give up on your God. They said it gets easier. Why not let's just give it a try? Thank you. Thank you guys. Oh. Oh yeah, please feel free to unmute. Like if we can also chat in this space as well if you feel so inclined. Let me know how you're feeling and thinking. But thank you guys. So again, that was attempt number one, and it got the name attempt number one because I think again during that time I was feeling just incredibly. I was open to the new experience of being in a new space, but new things can be terrifying sometimes. So that was my attempt at expressing that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. But for this next song, this is actually one that I wrote before quarantine started. But I think the reason that I wrote it at the time was to again express feelings of powerlessness. For me, particularly in the situation of quarantine, I had ended a position that I was temping in at the end of February, and then of course COVID it struck in at its one of the peaks here in New York in March, and so everything, I feel like everyone was shifted out of normalcy, and then obviously now months down the road we're seeing that normalcy, we might not be getting back to normal in the ways that we experienced it beforehand, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because with seeing COVID, with seeing the push and resurgence and growth of the Black Lives Matter movement, we see that there are a lot of things system-wise within the country that need to be fixed. And obviously it's too numerous to try to list in a space like this, but I think it's important to keep moving forward in a way that it definitely, we can say that we enjoyed certain things about the past, but we need to keep changing, we need to keep growing and moving forward. So this song was birthed out of my feelings of just like, hey, again, I don't know what's going on, and I feel very powerless to everything that's happening outside of me. But again, in a small way or in a large way, honestly, this song allowed me to reclaim some of that power. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It's called Purpose. Oh, and is the sound okay? Is everybody all right with sound? Is the sound okay? Thumbs up. Okay, cool. Thank you for from those pieces I can see. All right. I sleep alone at night, and yet I wake to dream. Let the truth shine through to expose every seam. 'Cause honestly, I'm sad and scared. Sober is the best state to think of things we hate to face. So why do I try to escape from things that lack any deeper meaning? Yes, why do I repeat everything to make things less scary, less feeling? So I ask you, don't you know too? Won't you go through this with me? I'm not alone to try new things. I'm hopelessly afraid to breathe. I'm not about to admit my fears, as we've only just reached the surface. And when I dive deep, wanting to find the answer on that, questioning my greater purpose. It feels like I'm floundering, and inside I cry tears as salty sweet as the ocean's blue and white. And speaking of water, I feel I'm sinking fast, reaching out for the hand of another, but it's mine. So I ask, will you carry me through life without a promise everything will be okay? Or will you finally realize you're already alright and accept life as it comes at you each day? Will you let the fears creep in to question yourself, to overthink that one honest true thing you know you're truly meant to do and share too? What are you determined to sing? So I ask you, don't you know to, won't you go through this with me? I'm not alone to try new things. I'm learning just what it means to be. Never above it to admit my work, as we've only just reached the surface. And when I dive deep, won't I find the answer I'm left thinking about my greater purpose. I was born to live, to laugh, and to run. And it's not getting easier, so we might as well just have fun. I wanna move, to laugh and to grow, to let the peace sink in and enjoy the show.
Kristen, can I say something?
Yes, of course, please do.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to say that I love you so much and I miss you and you're beautiful and your voice makes me die inside, but in a good way. And but it makes me melt inside. Okay, and yeah, I just want to thank you for, first of all, like those words of the song, because you know, like I also felt really helpless at the beginning of this, and I guess like I still do. Like actually, I'm at a BLM thing right now in front of like the DC jail. It's like right here, hello jail. And I guess like it's like easy to feel helpless in that, in this kind of fight that's like so huge, you know. And sorry to have me back. And I just appreciate like this space, and I appreciate your lyrics, and you really just, you know, I guess like it's hard to hear about really sad things every day at like BLM protests, and like thank you for bringing like your positive points to it. So you're great.
No, thank you. I love you. Yeah, I always feel weird saying like you're welcome to these things, but I'm just glad that I get to share it with you guys. So again, thank you for being here, and especially under the circumstances. Like, oh yes, I'll complete your heart. Yeah, and thank you for protesting. You know, for everyone who is able to get out and protest and to have difficult conversations. Like, I think that's one of the biggest things that you can do if you're not able to, you know, physically be out there in support, is to have difficult conversations and to also kind of work on the judgments that you hold yourself about things and that you carry yourself. So thank you, Damiana, again for being here. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, and just thank you. I guess if it's all right with Emma, I'm gonna do one more song, and like please, just like Damiana did, I want you guys to actually jump in on this song because you guys might know it. This is a cover of "Everything Is Everything" by Lauryn Hill. So the chorus is very simple. It's literally just everything is everything. There's some other words in there, so if you don't know them, you don't have to pop in. But if you do want to join in, please unmute yourself and like you'll get in here together. So yes, this is "Everything Is Everything." Everything, what is meant to be will be. There you go.
spring.
Eventually, I wrote these words for everyone who's struggling in their youth, who won't accept, who won't accept deception instead of what is true. Think we stuck on this key. Think we lose the game. We stop playing. Who made these rules? We're so confused, easily led astray. Let me tell you that everything is everything. Everything is everything. After winter, must come spring. Everything is everything. Sometimes it seems we don't touch that tree. Things come slow and not at all. And the ones on top won't make it stop. So convinced that they might fall. Love ourselves and we can't fail. Think about the situation. Tomorrow, all I see is the road. All we need is dedication. Let me say that everything is everything. Everything is everything. And I said after winter, sun comes spring. Everything is everything. Everything is everything. What is meant to be will be. After winter, sun comes spring. Everything is everything. La 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 Yes. Woo!
Yes, girl, work!
Thank y'all for being with me in that. Oh,
that was great, goddaughter.
thank you. Thank you, Uncle Rod. Yes. Yeah. But again, thank you guys so much for being here and sharing in these moments. You know, obviously, all of what's happening is an incredibly emotional space to be in, and I feel so much more comfortable being here knowing that all of you guys are here. So thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you for hearing my voice. While it might have taken me a while to find it on the grand scheme of things, you know, I'm here and I want to use it. So thank you all.
Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
Of course, my pleasure. Yeah. One thing that I did kind of want to do to give a small plug, you know, for people who are hoping or looking to support in some way. So I've done my own research on different causes to support, and one that I found is called the Lauryn Foundation, and it's basically a foundation that is working to show up in communities of color, specifically Black communities, specifically for Black women, in terms of mental health assistance. You know, as much as I love my community, I think mental health can still be kind of stigmatized within the Black community, and the resources, obviously, from you know a socioeconomic standpoint, can also be difficult. So if you're interested in finding more information, I can put the website link into the chat like description here so that you guys can read about it a little bit more. But I definitely would like to support, because I think that a lot of impact you know, can come from mental health awareness and actually giving people more accessibility to the tools to help themselves. So that's my little plug as well on that front.
Yeah, definitely put it in the chat, and I'll make sure to mention it in when I release the footage too.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put that in right now. Yes. But yeah, so you know, I had those 3 songs prepared, but I do want to open up the space if there's any discussion or anything you guys wanted to talk about or say, or you know, wanted to express, get off your chest. Wanted to be open, not me to like take over, Emma.
Oh, that's fine.
Want to be like open space for dialogue and discussion. Also, it's okay if you don't want to. That's cool as well. But just kind of wanted to give that space. This is what teachers feel like when like they're like, all right, so students, time to answer questions. Everybody, what is 79?
What did you learn?
It's not a pop quiz. Yeah, if there aren't further questions, again, that's fine too. But let me.
Can you tell us more about what your when you were writing the song Purpose, what kinds of things came up for you?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Emily, and hello, Sinan. Yeah, so Purpose was written, like I said, before everything really hit with the pandemic. And I think that I wrote it in a space of, you know, I think most of us experience pockets of time where large changes are occurring, large shifts are occurring. And while, you know, you want to be positive, like there's still a lot of doubt. Like you want to see that space is a space of potential and for things to grow and things to change positively, but it's still daunting. And so for me in that space, you know, being unemployed, you know, this disease is emerging. There are a lot of things happening behind the scenes. This was before the murder of George Floyd. And, you know, everything kind of coalescing and coming together, it was written in a way of basically me feeling like I was sinking. You know, I guess I use a lot of metaphor specifically tied to water because you know, not to sound over dramatic, but it did feel like a sinking feeling. And, you know, when George Floyd was murdered and and a lot of, I guess, motion was, you know, started to catalyze behind it. You know, I recognized that maybe there was more of a voice of Blackness in it than I ever really thought. Because I thought it was just about me trying to express and understand my feelings just about anxiety in general. But I think that there is an underpinning of, I mean, the Black experience in all of my work, you know, to one degree or another, but specifically in this song, I guess after the creation of it was able to tie things in a way that I just didn't see as I was writing it. But I think coming away from it, I like to end all of my songs that have a more like desperate or, you know, negative feeling that it's exploring within the lyrics. I like to end them on a positive note because I do, if you know me, you know, I try to like positivity train. We just chugga chugga choo choo. You don't know me, that is me. But, you know, I wanted to end it on a note that was humanizing of the experience. So, you know, the final lyrics were, I want to live to laugh and to run, and it's not getting easier, so I might as well have fun. I want to move to laugh and to grow, to let the peace sink in and enjoy the show. And I think it became very important to me to, you know, take the time to know and to learn about the things that were going on outside of me, but also to realize that in terms of my personal power, you know, that's something that I can use in terms of the relationships and connections that I can directly affect. And then of course, larger systems with things like voting and again, having difficult conversations with people, you know, where they're needed. But it was a reclamation of power. And I wanted to end on that note of like, I'm here, I see you, I hear you, because we're all trying to figure it out. We're all worried and stressed out and anxious to varying degrees, but like, you know, it really can be okay. And it doesn't feel like it's going to be okay, but it really can be okay. And bigger picture, discovering your purpose, you know, I think there's been a recurring theme in my life of like, should I do music? I don't know. This is going to be difficult. I'm not exactly really sure about this. But I think, you know, I call to everyone to listen, to really listen to yourself. And I'm sure honestly, probably the first thing that comes to mind is the thing that you're like, no, it was put there for a reason. So, you know, why don't I explore that? So my purpose, I believe, is to make music and to share experiences and stories through the music, and to hopefully, you know, have it so that people feel seen in a way that a lot of music has made me feel seen. So that's the backstory. Thank you for asking.
That was so beautiful. Thank you for answering so thoroughly and with so much honesty and emotion.
Thank you. Thank you. I try to give you vulnerability. Thank you. But yeah, again, if there's anyone else who wants to share experiences of their own or any stories, like I again want to open up the space because I want to hear and listen too. You know, a lot of people's experiences inform the things that, you know, I'm then able to go out and do and change, you know, for myself and within my sphere of influence. I'm always curious.
I think that a lot of times with young folks, you all feel like you're the only ones that have gone through this experience, what we're seeing now. But in many ways, this has been replayed over and over, even when I was a youngster. And I guess the thing that I would probably say is each generation tries to push that train a little bit farther on up the road. So when you start looking at justice and equality, and peace and being able to make sure that everybody has a share or ownership in this place that we call the United States, you have to realize that, you know, you'll go so far, and then what you're supposed to do is stand on our shoulders and take it so much farther so that at some point in time, we know that it, like you said, you keep moving forward. It looks like a slow process, I know, and for some people, you get really impatient, but the realization is that just keep moving forward, keep staying positive, keep doing what you can do one-on-one, because it's that one-on-one that ultimately does change the world, because one person speak to somebody else and changes another person's mind, and it almost can act similar to a virus. And one of these days we will get to a critical mass in this country where everybody is ready to sit down and have the conversations. Everybody is willing to understand that we got a whole lot more stuff in common than we ever had in terms of differences. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. That's my mama, by the way. Shout out to my mama. Hello.
Hey.
Thank you. Yes. Well, again, those were my songs and delivery for the evening. I don't want to keep y'all too long. As for there is later, but I do appreciate Emma for putting this together, and giving me the space to be able to perform and to talk with you guys in this capacity. And thank you guys for coming. Again, I see some faces that I don't know now that I have like the full speaker view up. Hello, people, new people. I'm so glad that you guys came. Thank you for coming out. And I guess I'll turn it back to Emma if there are any closing remarks to lead you guys into the evening.
Yeah, I guess the biggest closing remark is thank you, Kristen, for not only performing, but doing with this more than like making it into a discussion, which seems so obvious, and yet it didn't occur to me. So
It's like we're building off of each other. You
Yeah.
plant watering it, and then somebody else will put some fertilizer on there, and it's all good.
I love it. So I'm gonna try to do this every Saturday night to try and bring artists together and perform, because we're at a time where, I don't know, I want community and togetherness, and so Kristen will definitely be on later if she allows me. But yeah, I'm hoping to turn this into, yeah, every Saturday night we come together until, we can actually come together in person. So
It will happen as well sometimes when you're distant, because I see people from different places coming through as well. So, but
yeah.
thank you for having me on, and thank you guys so much for being here tonight.
Yeah, thank you everyone. And I hope to see you next week.
Yes.
Right.
Sign off. Have a
Bye.
good day, everyone.